Welcome back to Blast Guys Reviews. In this review, we're going to be taking a look at the new G.I. Joe Classified Pulsecon 2024 exclusive Edward Starduster Skylar 112 scale action figure. So as you can see here, it looks pretty cool. I like the way it looks. It looks like pretty much a straight up repainted Duke, but it works. It's Starduster and it looks good. Taking a look at that head sculpt, it looks pretty nice. I like the little bit of hair they have here in the front, kind of hanging down. Black hair, kind of a basic expression on his face. Nice little highlight there. Black eyebrows. It looks good. Very cool. He just has his light blue shirt. You do have the patches here on his one arm. We have some first sergeant rank there, but it's just because it's a Duke repaint. I don't think his rank is first sergeant. We have the flesh tone bandolier with the black grenade, the gray gloves, the black belt. I like the camo pattern on the gray pants. It looked pretty cool. We do have the flesh tone pistol case. A little bit of paint here would be nice, especially for an exclusive. Pretty decent. We have the gray boots. Not bad. The soles there. We do have the knife sleeve on his shin. Carrying that flesh tone plastic down through. Pretty nice. So what's really cool about this figure, it kind of stands out, is these butterfly joints are pretty decent on my figure. The range of motion on that is pretty sick. So that's pretty good. But overall, let's take a look at the articulation. His head is on a ball peg. It does rotate 360. Up and down, a little side to side. The arms do raise up above a T-pose. Like so. We have the bicep swivel here. We have the double jointed elbow that you pretty much can fold the arm in half on both hands. The wrist are rotate 360, and they both have the up and down, unfortunately. But it's good that it's on this hand. For his gun hand, you want the up and down on the right hand, basically, and you should have it in and out on this one for the grabbing of the gun. You have like an ab kind of crunch here, side to side. It will rotate too, but I'm not going to force that. There's a rotation at the waist, obviously. He has some pretty good splits. Looks good. Very nice. When you bring these down, you're going to expose your drop down hips. You push those back up. Thigh rotation is pretty decent. Double joint knees, mine's super stiff. I'm going to heat those up. Boot cut 360, pivot down, pivot up, and around the ankle for that rocker look, so to speak. But all in all, he looks pretty good. I do like him. Very nice. Very nice figure. You see on the back here also, he has on the bandolier, he has a hole in it. Kind of have to line that up for the jump pack. Pretty cool. Nonetheless, I think he did a good job. These retail for like $34.99. They were pretty much available as of the release of this video. I pre-ordered mine with no problem. For the first time in a long time I can remember getting a figure without having an issue with pre-orders, especially for exclusives. Now, a couple things in this video I'm going to highlight and I want to show you to be careful with. Here first, what's important mostly is this helmet. But asking, why is that important? Well, I'll tell you here in a second. First off, let's take a look at it. His Starduster's helmet, he has a nice visor on it. The black circle is a white star, and it does fold up. What's important about this helmet is I can see this as a Steeler helmet or a Thunder helmet. So we're probably getting a G.I. Joe classified version of Steeler or Thunder. Now, what I want to bring up, this is kind of pinched from being inside the clamshell. And you can pull it out. The one thing you want to be careful with, this is very tight on the head. Over time, forcing this on and off, etc., you're either going to chew up the ears or rub the paint off your hair. So be very careful with that. Maybe you want to heat it up. See how it wants to snag the ear right there? You definitely want to be careful, especially if you care about your paint. As adult collectors, we want our figures mostly to be pristine. And that's how that kind of looks right there. Oh, that's pretty cool. His visor comes down. And I definitely can see a steel or a thunder. That's awesome. Very, very cool. He comes with an alternate helmet, which we'll get to here in a second. When we take a look at his jump pack. He comes with a knife. I like the handle, it's pretty good. There's a place to keep it. On his leg, now this is also kind of smashed from being inside the clamshell. Be careful when taking your figures out of clamshell, because you're definitely going to get some serious weapon stress marks. It's kind of tight. I don't like tight knife sleeves because those don't get removed for a while, and then they kind of adhere to the inside, and when you pull it out, it takes off that paint, which, is undesirable. It comes also with this pistol, which is pretty cool. Kind of like a laser pistol. And we also have a place to keep that inside his holster here. And it fits pretty snug. Pretty decent. Now also on my figure, not only my knees are stuck, these hands are super stiff. So be careful when you heat those up if your hands are stiff like mine. So I'm not going to be able at this point put any weapons in his hand. But I can show you that he comes with this grenade launcher that's super cool. The gunmetal color in the block looks very nice. This it's kind of stiff, flexible a little bit. It's not as gummy as we're used to seeing. They're getting better, but they're not hard as we'd like to see. And you can throw this up over his arm, but it should be just a little bit of a bigger hoop. They got the tolerance off a little bit, but you can see how that looks. And then you can throw the other G.I.JOE laser rifle from the cartoon in his hands, all done in black. At least I got this size correct, unlike the Cobra laser rifles. They're too small. They're like for females only. If you see my review for the Cobra Trooper, check that out. You see what I mean. And then it comes with binoculars here, like Duke. And you can just pretty much put that over his head. This hanging down like so. So that's pretty cool. So he's all decked out. Now he comes with, before we get to the flight gear, what's interesting is one of the hands. It comes with a pair of fisticuffs. Just with gray gloves if you want to go one-on-one with whoever. He comes with a pointy finger. And he comes with this. I haven't seen this in the G.I.JOE yet. This is a coupling weapon for one of the rifles. So that's pretty cool. We all know they kind of like probably stole this idea from, but at least they're starting to show up in the G.I.JOE classified line now. And this hands are a pain to hold on to. So, yeah, you get up under here. If you want to swap out the hands, that'll look very cool, especially with that grenade launcher. That'll look super cool. Because it has an M203 style, piece that you would see on a gun. Kind of like cocking mechanism. I like how the fingers are actually separated. So that's pretty cool. Oh, it's staying there. That's awesome. And drill barrel for some blast effects. That's cool. Okay, so let's get that out of there real quick. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to pop off his head. And you see the ball peg is actually even painted flesh tones. Now we do get this flight helmet from the Steel Brigade flight alternate helmet with the visor with the blue lines. The black visor with the blue lines. We have something like that little baby blue here with a darker blue overall from silver and black. throughout. I think this turned out very nice. Unfortunately, this isn't over the head. This is a just a ball peg helmet, and you have to remove the head sculpt and put it on. I think it turned out really good though. So that's pretty cool. That's awesome. Like how that looks. Now we have to line this up. Now, I don't think that this diameter, this port, is the right size for this flight pack because it was a pain when I was messing with it earlier. Kind of looks like it might be a little bit of stress mark at the base of this peg. So you got to get both here like so. And doesn't seem to want to fit as well. Maybe after you do it a couple times, heat it up or something, but it definitely went a little easier than the first time I tried it when I was messing around when I first got it. Yeah, pretty cool. So that's how it looks like from the front. And here's the back. So that's pretty cool. I love that jump packs. So it comes with the blast effects for the jump pack. Obviously, these are thin, so be careful. It's definitely a breaking point. They're flexible. And all you gotta do is peg these into these little ports. Like I said, just be careful because you don't want to break those off in there and then you're kind of just screwed. There you go. So you put his feet down. And the one thing that irritates me about this, and most of the flying figures, they can't even get that right. I mean, his whole aesthetic is, you know, flight. So when we can't even get a neck joint that I can look up, I want him to see, be able to fly like this, but with my head looking forward, which you can't do that. So that's definitely unfortunate. With either head sculpt, you're kind of screwed over that way. At least, but it looks pretty cool nonetheless from the lower level. So here he is with the alternate helmet and his head sculpt. Obviously, I want that down, but you can't get that head to go back like you would hope you would. This will give you more of the classic look versus the, you know, more of the classic classified update with the new repaint of the Steel Brigade helmet. I kind of don't like when they use, you know, identifying characters, other equipment for other characters. This helmet would have been fine without the other one, because the Steel Brigade helmet should be reserved for Steel Brigade characters, not to destroy the nostalgia of it. So you can have multiple repaints and sell people on, hey, let's get 1,000 grunts and we can just use this helmet. You know, it just doesn't feel right for me, at least in my opinion. So that's pretty much all the accessories you get, but you do get one more, which is very important. I want to point out to you real quick here. So let me go ahead and grab that. So I just want to point out, I did this review earlier. You're still watching the video, and it kind of got corrupted, so I have to redo it from a different standpoint. But your cereal box is basically attached to this. You have to pop out the perforated section on the insert, so be careful you don't throw away your exclusive paper cereal box, and if that matters to you. But like I said, I would want to recommend it. This is usually flat when you come out. This is, because I pre-did this video. So what you want to do is go and do pre-folds on this thing. Pre-fold everything down, get it to where it's, you know, the bending where it should bend for you. So this is small and it's irritating for one thing. Should have been in a plastic box, like Sergeant Slaughter's little ash figure. But the little nuances, like this cereal box, the Sergeant Slaughter figure, and then maybe like the fudgy bar. That's really cool to add that in. That's really deep dive into G.I. Joe lore, you know, in history. So yeah, just pre-fold it. It's a good little trick. So you just pre-fold it. You see how this is all pre-folded. It's ready to rock and roll. Now, I played with it earlier. The getting it to close, tucking in the tabs, but then getting this top and bottom to fit and stay is always going to be a trick. I'm not going to waste my time with it on this video, but there's got to be a way that kind of hoops together, it stays. I don't think there's enough surface area for that. You may have to glue it. I don't know. If there's something you want to do, but it kind of looks like that. It doesn't want to stay very well. So, yeah. But just be sure you don't throw this away. It is part of your figure accessories if you want to be, if you are a completist and want all the parts that come with. This is definitely meant to be an accessory. I hate to see you lose that on something, on a mistake like that from Hasbro, just not making this little square box. I mean, we are paying $34.99 for this. It's an exclusive. We shouldn't be having this. Something else I want to point out, kind of like there's a couple Easter eggs I would think in this overall offering. With the helmet for Stealer of Thunder, definitely the opportunity there. And then on the back we have the fangs chasing Starduster. So hopefully that's kind of like a Easter egg to say, hey, we got fangs in the work. That'd be kind of cool if we get a G.I.JOE classified fangs. So yeah, I think that works out pretty good. Overall, it's a very, very nice figure. I do like it. I got much to complain about. It's Starduster. It's a deep dive into G.I.JOE. I'm surprised we got this character as soon as we did. Especially other characters like that I want, like Sci-Fi, Low Light, and there's a couple other ones, but Starduster is kind of like one of those obscured characters, I guess. So you do get a bunch. I do recommend getting this. It's definitely very cool figures. You get a good amount of accessories. Is it worth $35? Probably in today's standards, I guess. But I would say like $30. But it's an exclusive, so you do get a piece of cardboard server box. So, I mean, most of the guns and the hands and the helmet, I guess, would be a basic figure. So, the extra helmet and the jetpack and the plus effects and the server box gets you an extra $10, I guess. I don't know. But it's a decent figure. I do recommend you picking it up. So, I think you'll enjoy it. You can have some fun with this figure. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys on this new collection? If you're not, let me know. Let me know your thoughts on it. If you guys like this review, try to share some tips of prevention of future damage or loss or stuff like that. So on that kind of a standpoint. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you like this content, and we'll see you in our next review.